Well, since I've got used to the camera, I thought I'd do a podcast with video. So if you're watching on my YouTube channel, Positive Recovery with Karina, you will see me. If you're listening for www.sobertownpodcast.com, you won't. You'll just hear my voice. Don't know who got the better deal there, but you can make up your mind. Right, I have, because I'm in Spain right now, don't have my cookie jar, but I did take some out of my cookie jar, some of the little things. Some of these are, they're stapled together, are the lost ones that I lost at Christmas, but I found now. So, I'm going to use this one. And let's see what we have. Isolating. Thank you, Namaste, for isolating. Wow. This is quite a good one actually for what I'm experiencing right now, because I am actually on top of a mountain, isolated completely. I mean, there are other people around, but I've got no transport. I had no phone connection at one point. I had no battery in my phone. So I spent 24 hours up here, quite isolated. It's somewhere that I thought I wanted to come for winter for 3 months. And it's been good to come up here and realise that this isn't really what I want, because it is too isolated. And I'm quite a loner. I like my own space. Andy liked his own space. We'd often, not often, but times go back to our own places of being because we needed our own space. And I think isolation is good at times. And the isolation I've had here recently has shown me that I don't want to be on top of a mountain all on my own. I have to have transport. I need to find something different for winter, probably down near the coast. As much as I like my own space, I do like to be able to communicate and touch base with other people as well. And within this isolation though, it makes you think. So I've been, since Andy passed, really busy, doing, keeping active. And I've realised in my isolation that I have been doing my old trick of running away. And guess what? No matter how far you are, you're still right here. And all your problems are still right here too. But it takes some time sometimes just to stop and isolate and just go, oh, and to get in touch with you and to realise what's going on. I also did a 72-hour phone silence once, which was really good. And if you watch on YouTube, you can scroll down and you can see my diaries of 72 hours off grid, and also 2 for 1 with the lovely Polly A, like a podcast that we did there about that experience. But when we talk about isolating in sobriety and in addiction, we know it's not a good thing. I do believe, I have believed right from the beginning, that you always need space. We always need space and time to connect with us, because we know that connection is key. We really have to connect with other people. We really have to work our sobriety. If we just stop drinking and don't get support, don't connect with others, then we just stop drinking and we become what they call a dry drunk. So to become sober, you really have to work your sobriety. And one of the main things of that is that connection is key. If we isolate ourselves from others and keep away, then it's not good if we do it for long periods of time and we do it while we're trying to get sober, because we're left with our addict voice. And that's where our addict voice wants us, alone and isolated, because our addict voice will keep telling us, you know, you can just have one, you can just have a sip, oh go on, you've been good, or you've gone a week without drinking, go on, have another one. And you know, it keeps on and on, and eventually we cave and we give in to our addict voice, also known as our ego. And we have our id, which is the part of us, Freudian theory, this is the part of us that says, I want it and I want it now. And the ego that wants us to fit in with everybody else. And then we have the super ego that tries to keep us on the straight and narrow. So when we're isolating, as you can see, the super ego is kind of isolated because it's all on its own, and it's going up against your ego and your id, and it's this battle in your head. If we can reach out to others and connect and be around other people, then it's much better, because then we got more of a chance to bring our super super ego in. Did I say super ego earlier? I don't know. You know, I get confused with my words, but it's our super ego that wants to come in, the rational part of us that's reminding us and telling us of why we're doing what we're doing. So isolation isn't good. That's where our addict voice wants us. That's where your sober community do not want you to be. And you know, we often sort of say, reach out if you feel like you're going to drink, if you feel like you're going to cave, reach out, connect, communicate. That's what we need you to do. But if you're really going to want to drink, you're not going to reach out. And we understand that. And that's why it's great to have a sober community, because your sober community will understand you, will understand everything that you're going through and all the pressure that you are under. So if you haven't got a sober community, get one. I'm part of the I Am Sober community, which is amazing. It helped get me sober. Brilliant community there. Lots of stuff going on. But remember, if you join there, then do remember to read, to post and to connect. It's really, really important. The other obviously great community, growing community, is www.sobertownpodcast.com, which is just fantastic. Lots and lots of things on there. Podcasts, we've got a Facebook group, before and after photos. Just get on over there and read some of the stuff on there. And you've got, it's just full of resources. We call it the one-stop sobriety shop. You have got books, links to other sort of sobriety stuff as well. So it doesn't kind of stand alone. It spreads the word. We have a vision of wanting to support people in all addictions, not just alcohol. But whatever addiction we have, and we're all addicted to something. You know, you might be sitting there going, oh, I haven't got an addiction. But we are. We all have an addiction. Our phones, the biggest things, aren't they, at the moment? But as Gabriel Matter said, addiction is anything that gives you short-term comfort and satisfaction, but causes long-term issues. So don't be isolated. Get out there, connect, but find that balance as well. What I found is when I first gave up drinking was I was out there supporting everybody, and I wanted to be on I Am Sober, and I was podcasting, and I was doing this, I was writing my book, and I it did help me, and that's why we do it. We don't do anything in this life that we don't benefit from. There's always a motive, even if we don't know it. But everything we do, like even if we're kind or nice to people, we do it because it makes us feel good. So there's always a hidden motive behind it. Not necessarily a nasty one, but it's just that's our driving force, that's our motivation. But the thing is that when we help others, I forgot to look at myself. But I was a mental health nurse for 37 years, and I look back now and I think the reason I did that career, and I loved that career, I loved that job, but the reason was I didn't have to look at my own issues, did I? And then I got sober, and I did. But you know what? It's the greatest thing ever. I feel the best I've ever felt. And yes, there's been times of isolation. Yes, there's been times of having to just sit and be with me, because that's really important to do, to sit and be with me, to sit and find that little girl in me. She was always there. Your little girl or boy or little person is still in there, wanting you to hold hands with them again. And when you can do that, it's amazing, and you can walk hand in hand together. It's the best. So there are times where we have to be with us and just be with ourselves and work through our stuff. But the majority of the time, we shouldn't isolate. We need to get out there. We need to be with people. We need to be around others. But all I can say is find your community to do it. There's Instagram communities, Facebook communities. There's lots of different communities out there. But check out sobertownpodcast.com and the I Am Sober app as well. Great communities, great support. Don't be alone, because you're not alone. Your addiction wants you alone, but don't go there. Don't let it win. Find your community today if you haven't got it, if you haven't got one. And if you have got one, then reach out today. Post, connect. There's so many people have made amazing friends in real life. I think I've met about 15, 16 people from the I Am Sober and the Sobertown community. Still got many more to meet too. And I will be doing that when I get back to England. I will be jumping on Bumblebee at some point and going and meeting some more people and connecting. When I ride Bumblebee, I have my alone time, but then I have a destination also, and that's sobriety, connection, and not in full isolation, because it's not good for us. Anyway, hope that's helped you a bit today. Hope this is recorded. Hope I've talked loud enough for it to record. If not, I'll just have to bloody do it again, won't I? Bye bye for now.